Hello everyone, here Priyanka from IT department. I am going to elaborate about the concepts of decision making and looping. Before we are moving to the concept, all should know the functions and features of C language. C language is a basic language for all programming. Based on this language, many languages are developed. Example, Java, Python, C++, etc. Now we are going to discuss about conditional statements in C language. Conditional statements are also known as decision-making statements and are used to evaluate one or more conditions and make the decision whether to execute a set of statements or not. Types of conditional statements in C: if statement, if-else statement, nested if statement, if-else if statement, switch statement, conditional operator, goto statement. First, we are going to discuss about if statement. The if statement is the most simple decision-making statement. It is used to decide whether a certain statement or block of statements will be executed or not. The flowchart shows the flow of if statement. In the above, we can see the syntax for all the conditional statements. And there is an example program. Hashtag include stdio.h is a header file used in C language. Int main is a main function with return type. Int is a data type, I is a variable and 10 is a value with semicolon. If I greater than 15, printf 10 is greater than 15. In else block, printf I am not in if. The condition in if statement is false. So it prints I am not in if. If else statement. We can use the else statement with the if statement to execute a block of code when the condition is false. The if-else statement consists of two blocks, one for false expression and one for true expression. In case this condition returns to be false, then the program will skip the statements that we have inside the if block. Nested if-else. When an if statement is kept inside another if statement, it is called nested if statement. The depth of nested if statement depends upon the number of conditions to be checked. If else if, it is also known as ladder if. The if else if statement are used when the user has to decide among multiple options. The C if statements are executed from the top down. If none of the conditions is true, then the final else statement will be executed. If else if, ladder if is similar to the switch statement. Switch statement. The switch statement is an alternative to the if else ladder if that can be used to execute the conditional code based on the value of the variable specified in the switch statement. The switch block consists of cases to be executed based on the value of the switch variable. ATM function is a main example for switch statement. Conditional operator. The conditional operator is used to add conditional code in our program. It is similar to the if-else statement. It is also known as ternary operator as it works on three operands. Goto statement. The goto statement is utilized to transfer control to a labeled statement in the same function. It is often considered bad practice to use goto statement as they can make the code difficult to read and understand. However, there are some events where they may be useful, such as when implementing error handling. The examples and syntax are used as to refer the above concepts of conditional statements. Now we are going to discuss about decision making and branching. Looping statements in C. Loops in programming are used to repeat a block of code until the specified condition is met. A loop statement allows programmers to execute a statement or group of statements multiple times without repetition of code. There are mainly two types of loops in C programming. Entry controlled loops. In entry controlled loops, the test condition is checked before entering the main body of the loop. For loop and while loop is entry controlled loops. Exit controlled loops. In exit controlled loops, the text condition is evaluated at the end of the loop body. The loop body will execute at least one irrespective of whether the condition is true or false. Do while loop is exit controlled loop. They are for, while, do while, return, break, continue. First, we are going to elaborate about the concepts of for loop. For loop in C programming is a repetition control structure that allows programmers to write a loop that will be executed a specific number of items. For loops enables programmers to perform n number of steps together in a single line. It can reduce the length of the program. Syntax: for, initialization express, text expression, update expression, open braces, and body of for loop, closing braces. Initialization express. In this expression, we assign a loop variable or loop counter to some value. For example, int I is equal to 1. We can initialize I is equal to 1 in the initialization expression. Test expression. In this expression, text conditions are performed. If the condition evaluates to true, then the loop body will be executed and then an update of the loop value is done. For example, I less than or equal to 9. Update expression. After execution of the loop body, loop variable is updated by some value. It could be incremented, decremented, multiple, or divided by any value. The flowchart shows the flow of for loop. For example, hashtag include stdio.h is a header file in C language. Int main is a main function. Open braces, int I is equal to 0. For loop, for I is equal to 1 is initialization expression. I less than or equal to 10. I plus plus is a increment. Printf hello world, and we are giving the int function, so we are giving return 0. Now the loop will run until the text expression is false. Next, while loop. While loop executes the code until the condition is false. While loop contains the condition first. If the condition is satisfied, the control executes the statements following the while loop, else it ignores these statements. The general form of the while loop is while condition, statement 1, statement 2, and closing brace. Here we can see that firstly we can see that initialization expression. Then we can check the condition of while loop. If it is false, we exit the loop, and if it is true, we enter the loop. Do while statement. Do while loop constructed another method used in C programming. It ensures the program is executed at least once and checks whether the condition at the end of the do while is true or false. The do while loop has the following form: do, statement 1, statement 2, closing braces, while condition. The block of statements within double braces following the word do are executed at least once. Then the condition is evaluated. If the condition is true, the block of statements are executed again until the value of condition tested is false. Jump statements. In the C programming language, a jump statement is used to alter the normal flow of execution of a program. It allows the program to transfer control to a different part of the code. There are 3 types of done statements in C: go to, break, and continue. Break statement, it is also known as jumping out of loop, is utilized to exit a loop or switch statement before its normal termination. It is commonly utilized in loops to exit early if any specific condition is met. The break statement is used to transfer the control to the end of the statement block in a loop. Continue statement, it is also known as skipping a part of the loop. The continue statement is utilized to skip the remaining code in a loop for the current iteration and move on to the next iteration. It is commonly used in loops to skip over certain elements. In the program, we can see the numbers are skipped in between using the continue statement. An array. Array is a group of later data items that share a common name. There are 3 types of array. They are one-dimensional array, two-dimensional array, and multi-dimensional array. It reduces the size of the program. It is used for memory allocation, and it is index based. Index starts from 0. Advantages of array: easy of sorting, random access, ease of transferring, code optimization. Here we are going to see about declaration of C array and initialization of an array. Array declaration with initialization: data type, array name, size, value 1, value 2, value 3 and value n. In this we can see the types of array: one-dimensional array and multi-dimensional array. Character array and string. A string is a group of characters. String handling functions. C language supports a large number of string handling functions that can be used to carry out many of the string manipulations. These functions are packed in the string.h library. In the table, we can discuss about the method and description of string handling functions. strcat, it is used to concatenate two strings. strlen is used to show the length of a string. strrev, it used to show the reverse of a string. strcpy is used to copies one string into another. strcmp is used to compare two strings. In the below, we can discuss about the syntax and declaration of the string handling functions with examples. I hope you will understand about